Hey everyone, Tenja here. Well, I was hoping to see time walking again this week, but it seems like it's done. And I did put a few levels on some other characters, so when the next time walking rolls around I should be able to knock them out too. So with no time walkings going, I did mess around in the Zaralak Caverns a lot this week. I was trying to get to learn the new zone, and it seems like you can kill the rares once a day. Then you get some zone events you can do every day. And there's a couple world quests that pop every day. So I go over there for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I finish up the zone fairly fast. I gotta say it is pretty fun. But besides that, I did make it into my normally weekly farms, so let's give them a rundown. So if you remember last week I got the drop from the Shaw of Anger, the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent. So with that one knocked out of the way I wanted to start a new farm. And the new one I started was the Necrotic Wake. A mount drops in there called Marrowfang. I haven't got this one yet, so I figured I'd start working on it. So I headed in there, I got attempt to number 1 on it. Needless to say I didn't see it. One attempt getting it would just be absolutely crazy. So once I was done with the Necrotic Wake, I headed over to Siege of Orgrimmar. I'm still after the shoulders, the Tusks of Mannoroth out of there, so I set it to Mythic difficulty, worked my way back to Garage Hellscream, and got my 4th attempt on this character. And just like my previous attempts, I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week and hope my luck is better. So once I finished up the new farms, I headed on to the normal stuff. Of course Santoris is always first. I'm still after the Scythe of the Unmaker out of there, so I set it to Mythic, headed in, and worked my way back to Argus the Unmaker. I took him down, but I didn't have any luck on the Scythe this week either, so I'll be back here next week. With Santoris out of the way, I headed over to Mythic Nighthold. I worked my way back to Gul'dan, took him out, and got attempt number 50 on the Hellfire Infernal mount. I didn't see it drop this week, so this is another one I'm going to have to come back to next week. So that left me with just one raid, and that was Uldir. So I made my way over there. I checked for the time lost proto drake as I flew through. I always do. Never know, I might get lucky on that one day. But I got over there, took out Yogg-Saron, and I didn't have any luck on the head of Mimiron again. So I will be back here again next week. Just keep at it, sooner or later it's gotta drop. Up next was my 5-man mythics from Battle for Azeroth. I started off with Freehold because it's really close to Paralis. I set my difficulty to Mythic, I headed down there, and I got attempt number 51 on the mount Sharkbait. I didn't have any luck, so I'll be back next week to go after this one. I'm at 51 attempts, so I should be seeing it pretty soon. So striking out in Freehold, I figured I'd head over to King's Rest and get attempt number 43 on the mount Tombstalker. So I made my way over there, worked my way back to the end boss, and took him down. Again, this mount didn't want to drop this week, so I'll be back here next week. Hopefully my luck will pick up. So with 2 of my 3 mythic 5-mans being strikeouts, I headed over to the 3rd one, Underrot. I headed in, worked my way back to the end boss, and got attempt number 15 on the Underrot Crawg. But just like my other 2 5-mans, I didn't see this mount drop either. So I will be back here next week, and hopefully my luck is better. And finally I was on to my multi-character farm. Since I got the Shah's mount last week, the only one I had to go after was Nalek this week. With my multi-character farm, I take 1 of each class, so I do 13 characters. So let's take a look at those and see how I did. Well dang, that was unexpected. That is my last Pandaren World Boss mount that I need to get. I have gotten all of these since the mount rates have increased, and it probably didn't take a little bit more than 2 months. So I think the only thing I'm farming out of Mists of Pandaria anymore are the shoulders, the Tusks of Mannoroth from Siege of Orgrimmar. So hopefully I can knock them out pretty soon. And in case you're wondering this week, my transmog is the Shatar Defender's Plate. In order to earn this set, you'll have to be revered with the Shatar Defense. That is a Warlords of Draenor rep, and then have a level 2 trading post inside your garrison. Then you should be able to buy all the pieces. But once you meet all the requirements, this will be yours for the taking. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.